Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. Today I am back with a brand new what's for dinner. I'll be sharing 4 easy and delicious meals with you. If you like these videos, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you're not already. With that being said, we'll go ahead and hop into the first meal. So this meal, we actually got the idea from Mandy in the Making. She had made some really delicious air fryer wings. I will link her video down below, and I'll also link the recipe down below as well. So we're gonna make some air fryer chicken, and we're gonna make a rub to go on them. She used wings in hers, but we do not have wings. We have not been able to find wings anywhere lately, so we have these drumsticks we are going to use instead, and here are all of the ingredients that you'll need for the rub. So I'm going to have that recipe down below where you can get the exact measurements. So all I'm doing right here is I've got a gallon Ziploc bag, and I'm putting in all of my ingredients for the rub. What I'll do next time is, instead of putting all of the rub on my chicken, because I only had 4 pieces of chicken, I will store this in a jar and only use a little bit of the rub for the chicken because it was a little bit too strong for the amount of chicken that we had. So just keep that in mind if you decide to make this rub. Okay, now I'm taking my drumsticks and I'm going to place those in the bag with my rub and give those a shake. And I actually did this earlier in the day, and then I let these sit in the fridge all day until I got ready to cook them at dinner. So really quickly, I'm just taking my air fryer basket and I'm going to spray that with some olive oil just to make sure my chicken doesn't stick, and I'm just going to go ahead and place my chicken into the basket. Alright, I'm going to cook this on 400 for 25 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to get some green beans and potatoes onto going. I'm just putting in some chicken flavor, a little bit of garlic powder, and some salt and pepper. So you guys let me know if you put potatoes in your green beans. I grew up eating green beans like this. It makes for a really easy one dish side to go with your main course. So here's the chicken. It was really good. It had a really good flavor. But like I said earlier, I will hold back on the rub a little bit. I won't use it all at one time. It was a little bit strong, but overall the flavor was delicious. Okay, now I'm gonna make a garlic bread casserole. I saw this idea on Facebook, but I'm gonna do mine a little bit different. They took garlic bread and they lined the bottom of their casserole dish, and then they put meat sauce on top of that with some cheese and baked it. But I was afraid that my bread might get soggy like that, so what I'm gonna do is put my garlic bread on top. So I just have this box of Texas toast. I'm gonna cut that down into cubes. And I have 1 pound of 90-10 ground beef that I have browned through. So I'm just going to take this jar of pasta sauce. You can use whatever flavor that you prefer. And I'm just going to mix that in with my ground beef. And then we will be ready to put this on the bottom of our casserole dish. And now we can take the garlic bread pieces and spread that out evenly across the meat sauce. We had a little bit of shredded cheddar left in the refrigerator. I want to finish up, and then I will also go in with some Colby Jack. And then we're going to let this bake on 350 for about 20-25 minutes. And here it is. I'm gonna go ahead and plate this up, and we had some carrots in the refrigerator that we needed to use. They were starting to dry out and you can really tell it. So we wanted to go ahead and finish those off tonight with this. So it was really delicious. I do highly recommend, but like I said, I saw it on Facebook and I wanted to give it a shot. So now we're going to move on to a sheet pan dinner. We're going to use one of these McCormick 1 sheet pan seasoning packets. This is the chicken Parmesan flavor. They have all kind of different flavors to choose from, and on the back of the packet it'll tell you like what vegetables they recommend that you use with it. But I didn't have any of the vegetables it was calling for, so I just used whatever I wanted to. So I have a few of these potatoes left. I'm gonna first put those in a bowl, coat them with some olive oil, and sprinkle on a little bit of that seasoning. Go ahead and get those tossed. And the reason I wanted to do these separately is just to make sure they got a good even coat of the seasoning on them. So here on my pan I have a mixture of drumsticks and chicken thighs. So I'm just taking and sprinkling a little bit of the seasoning mix onto those front and back. And then what I'm going to do is place my potatoes on the pan and let it bake for about 30 minutes. And then maybe the last 5 or 10 minutes I will put on some green beans. All we had were canned green beans, and you guys know they don't need to cook very long. They just need to heat through. If I had fresh green beans, I would have went ahead and put them on the pan to cook with everything else, but all we had were canned green beans. So I'm just getting those seasoned up with what's left in the packet, and then like I said, in the last 5 or 10 minutes I will place those onto the pan and just let them heat through. So there you have it, an easy and delicious sheet pan meal, and then we just served ours with some homemade bread. And our next meal is actually another sheet pan dinner. We're using another one of the McCormick packets. This is the Farmer's Market chicken and vegetables flavor. So we had some squash as well as some fresh green beans, and I'm gonna throw in some onion. I'm gonna leave my onion kind of big. I don't want to chop it up too finely. And then I have 1 chicken breast that I am gonna cut in half so that I have 2 pieces of chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and place my chicken onto the pan and then season both sides with the seasoning packet. And then really quickly, I'm just going to get my vegetables coated. I have some olive oil that I've drizzled. So now I'm just going to place that onto my pan with my chicken, and we're going to let this bake in the oven on 400 for about 25-30 minutes. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's What's for Dinner. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.